She's a best-selling author known for books like You Knew Me When and Those Secrets We Keep.
Emily Liebert is out with a new thriller. It's called Pretty Revenge. It's about a woman getting revenge against the person who destroyed her reputation on television. It sounds fascinating. I'm so excited to see you, Emily. It's good to see you.
Hi, it's great to see you too, Scott.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
This is my friend Paul.
Hi, Paul.
How are you? We met a little bit earlier.
We
yes,
did.
Yes.
All right, so the first question I have is, how do you go from Peter Jennings to writing novels?
Well, it's all sort of in the world of journalism,
Yeah,
and that was my first job out of college, and I loved it, but the world of TV wasn't for me, and I'm a little bit of an introvert, as you can tell.
As I can tell.
So I wanted to sink my teeth into some bigger writing projects, because that was what I was really passionate about.
Okay, and you majored in English.
I did. I majored in English all those years ago.
You went to Smith?
I went to Smith College.
Okay, very good.
You've done your homework.
Well, I know.
Scott and I go way back.
We go way back.
Well, they made me do homework too, and so I read this. You'd done a lot of books about women's relationships, and this was your first real sort of psychological thriller. Yeah. What made you change sort of tactics and what you were doing?
So I loved writing women's fiction, but I had written 4 novels, and I felt like I wanted to do something with a little more grit and a little more edge, something that was more congruent with my personality. And strangely, it came very easily to me. I would say to my husband, it's so easy to write the mean people. Why is that?
Well,
Struggle with the nice people.
Speaking of that, are Carrie and, is it Jordana?
Jordana.
Are they people that you know in your life?
They are not people that I know, and if they were, I wouldn't tell you. No, they're both, you know, sort of difficult, tragic stories. And no, this is the first book where I have not based the characters at all on anyone in my life.
Okay, that's really cool.
Do you ever, when you're writing, sort of picture who you might want to play them in the movie and write towards that?
No, I've never thought about that.
Nope.
Kidding. I think about it all night, every night. I would love for Emily Blunt to play the Jordana role.
Okay.
And Carrie is tougher. I think Anna Kendrick would make a great Carrie.
Oh yeah, I love
that's
her.
really cool.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
You describe the writing about these two characters as kind of a dance.
Yes.
Elaborate on that a little bit for us.
In order to create characters that have such storied pasts and to create characters that are so different from each other, you have to sort of find the right choreography. So that's how I see it, as sort of a dance.
I love that way that you use choreography though for the characters. It's really awesome.
I do. I've been a dancer all my life, so it makes sense to me.
Talk to us about stand-up comedy. A dream to do it?
That is a big bucket list item for me.
You have to do that, Emily.
So it's a little known secret. I'm really funny.
I know you are. I love you.
My husband says I'm funny for a girl, and I really don't know what that means. He's in so much trouble with the world right now.
Exactly.
But I've always wanted to get up on stage and do a stand-up comedy routine.
Yeah.
I think it's so raw and so vulnerable to do that, where it's different than speaking in front of people or coming on television.
Yes.
I mean, it can really go well, or it can be like a wah, 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 you know? So I like to challenge myself, and if there are any talent comedy agents out there that are watching now, please be in touch.
All right, that's awesome.
Have you written any characters that do stand-up? Have you gotten your foot in the world?
No, but that's an amazing idea. Thank you.
I'll take
I'm going to use
10%
that
of
for
your
my
next
next
book.
book.
Okay.
Totally. Yeah, I'll send you a check.
All right, there's nail polish associated with the book, right?
There is.
There's always a product line associated with the book. Tell us what this is.
I always do a collaboration with my books to set myself apart from other authors. It's a very competitive industry, and when I do things like that, I get on Better Connecticut.
No, you're here because we love you.
It is a polish collection that was designed for the book, and the 2 polishes are named after the characters. There is a red for revenge for Carrie, who's the one who's seeking revenge, and there is a beautiful silver sophisticated for Jordana, who's a socialite and a wedding concierge in Manhattan.
It's fantastic. I would wear it if I
I will paint your nails after the show.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're doing something in South Windsor tonight, locally?
I am.
Yes.
I'm doing something at Book Club, Bookstore, and More tonight in South Windsor. It is at 6 o'clock. It's a book signing, so please come see me, come meet me. I'll sign your book. We'll chat, we'll have a drink.
Maybe you'll do a little stand-up.
Yeah,
while
we'll
you're
do a
there,
little
couple of jokes.
dancing, a little stand-up. It's
Perfect.
going to be a variety show.
Cover all the bases.
You
Yes.
wrote Facebook fairy tales.
Yes.
What do we think about Facebook? Do you think it's a good medium, or do you think it's a bad medium? Do you have any?
I'm big on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. I think it's a great way of connecting with people, staying in touch, and also promoting yourself when you have a
absolutely.
product or a business to promote. So I'm a big social media and Facebook fan.
Okay. And who do you read? Who are
Who are the authors that I read? I read Liv Constantine, who's also Connecticut author. I read Wendy Walker, who's also Connecticut. I read Jane Green, who's also Connecticut.
Wow.
And I read Lauren Weisberger, who's also Connecticut. All great Connecticut authors. I do read some authors who are not Connecticut. I loved Kimberly Bell's recent book, Dear Wife, and I've loved all her books.
Well, it's a pleasure.
I'm
to
a
have
voracious
you.
reader.
No,
so.
no, it's good. And a voracious writer, too. We appreciate
Yes.
you being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, Emily Liebert's new book is called, it's available wherever books are sold. To see more about books Emily has written, visit her website. It's emilyliebert.com.
And Emily will be doing a talk tonight at 6 p.m. in South Windsor at a book club, bookstore, and more. Join in on the conversation and get your book signed. The store's at 869 Sullivan Avenue, Suite 6.